Hello class, my name is Nathan Mitchell, and today I want to teach you about the importance of being an accountable leader. Accountability to me is getting tasks that you're tasked with completed on time, having ownership over those tasks, and accountability to always improve. Being an accountable leader is paramount to the success of an organization, in my opinion. If you're not accountable, you're not going to be holding your team accountable. And if you're not accountable as a leader, your team is going to see that and they, well, if he can slack off, then I can slack off. And that just creates a toxic environment where tasks aren't getting done. Everybody's always blaming each other. Well, that was his job. That was his job. No, it was your job. Be accountable. Own what your tasks are. That's what you must do as be a good leader. You have to own it. That's what was preached to us in the military. I was in there. Ownership, ownership, ownership. If you don't own the area, then it's going to start falling apart. You know, things are going to get neglected. PMs are going to get missed. And things are, especially in my world, I'm a maintenance planner and all about machine uptime. And machine uptime is all about ownership. If you don't own it, they're not going to fix it properly. So ownership is my biggest thing with accountability. In the article, Leadership Accountability and Why It Matters and How to Fuel It by Michelle Goldsberry, she explains that if a leader holds themselves accountable, that will bleed over to the rest of the organization, and that will in turn make the team better. And she also mentions that we must also not have too narrow of accountability where we sacrifice, our ethics to get the production done or meet these metrics. We need to get this equipment done, but we don't need to sacrifice safety to get it done. So we must have to be accountable in all areas. Okay, and during my time here as a senior maintenance planner, I'm accountable to my people. What I do is I plan quality maintenance, and I have to make sure I have the right resources, the equipment, the parts. We call it the M's: man, method, material, and machine. I have all four of those to have a proper maintenance plan completed. So I have to be accountable to myself to make sure I have the right resources for the right area. I want to make sure I don't pull someone from a completely different area and put them in somewhere they never worked, because they're not going to be set up for success. So we got to make sure I'm accountable to the workers to have that done. Next thing, I have to be accountable to make sure I have all the parts. Make sure I'll go to the prints, the manuals, make sure, all right, I need to replace this conveyor belt, make sure I have the parts. Because if my guys don't have the parts, they can't do the job. So I'll be accountable to get that done. I got to be accountable to make sure I get the equipment. I got to message the operations team and say, hey, I need this equipment for this 8-hour block or this 4-hour block, 2-hour block, whatever. Because I have to get this machine done, get it repaired so you can have it to make parts. The other thing is I need to have the method. I need to reference the engineers of the area. I need to reference the manuals, the drawings, prints, etc. All the things to make sure we're doing these repairs correctly. We gotta make sure, I can't say, hey, fix it. I gotta make sure I have, here's the tools, here's the tag out you need, here's the safety, so on the list. This is an example of what I do. This applies to anything, any task you have, make sure you have the right people there. This is resource and technology management is my degree. So you make sure you have the resources there, for the right thing. And say you're planning on an event, make sure you have the right people, the right musicians, the caterers, the food, you gotta make sure all this is there. And to me, that's accountability, to make sure you have all the things you need to, be successful in the mission, And we also must be accountable to always, another point I want to make is we must be accountable to always improve. Just because we get to a certain level, say like I'm a senior manager, I still want to keep moving on to the, maybe get to the director role, the VP role. So we must always improve. That's why I'm going to college right now to get my degree, my bachelor's degree, to keep moving on in the thing. So to me, that's also accountability. Accountability for continuous improvement. If you're always showing you're improving and you're always trying to go to this school, and get this training, get the certification to improve, your team's going to see that as well. If you're a high performer, most likely you're going to have a team of high performers because they're going to emulate what you want to do. So if I had 3 things to say is, accountability to get the tasks done, accountability for ownership, and accountability to always improve. To me, these are 3 tools that a great leader can be, for accountability and to help their team improve. So thank you for the briefing, and hope to talk to you all again some other time.